Welcome back. Pop star Ed Sheeran is being taken to court in the US over allegations that his hit song Thinking Out Loud copied Marvin Gaye's Let's Get It On. This comes just 6 months after Sheeran was cleared of copying another one of his hit songs, Shape of You. The latest suit was filed by an asset company that part owns the Marvin Gaye song. Before we get an expert's view of this, let's take a listen.
From your cheeks, darling, I will be loving you till we're 70.
Well, earlier I spoke to Professor Joe Bennett in New York. He's a forensic musicologist at Berklee College of Music in the US. I began by asking for his assessment on how alike the two songs are.
The songs are similar in the sense that they use the same notes with the same rhythmic values over a 2-bar bass line. But the level of similarity is not the only question in assessing whether copyright infringement or plagiarism took place. What is also important to assess is how original is the thing that is similar. So in this case, we're talking about a 2-bar bass line. And just because those things are similar between the two songs, the more interesting question to me as a musicologist is how original is the Marvin Gaye bass line idea? If it's unique to Let's Get It On, then it's likely that Ed Sheeran et al. Copied it. If, however, it's a commonplace bass line, then maybe it's just one of those things that musicians do.
Now, for those of us who don't even know what bars are, they don't really have a good sense of what notes are, give us a sense of what you mean.
Okay, I'm going to grab a guitar, if I may, to demonstrate. So in music, you have the top line, the melody, the vocal that we hear the singer sing, and you have the accompaniment, and you almost always have a bass instrument playing a single note line. In the case of Let's Get It On, it sounds like this. And although Ed Sheeran's song is in a different key, if you actually play it in the same key, the bass line of Thinking Out Loud is indeed the same. So when you line them up, yes, they're similar, but I don't think that's a particularly interesting observation unless you put it in the context of how many other songs exist that have that bass line. I've done some of the background research with some colleagues and actually found a whole bunch of songs that pre and post date Let's Get It On that have basically that same bass line.
So you can show us that, presumably, in quite a technical way.
Yes, so let me now just cut to a screen share. So here what I've done is line up a whole bunch of songs that use this 2-bar bass line. And the other thing that I've done is I've digitally manipulated the audio so that everything plays back in the same key. And the Beatles even got ahead of Marvin Gaye by recording You Know My Name, Look at My Number in the 1960s. You know my name. And then to more recent history, this is Shania Twain with the same bass line in Still the One.
We might have took a long way. We knew we'd get there someday.
And my personal favorite, Lionel Richie's Stuck on You. I love this song.
Stuck on you. Got this feeling down deep in my soul that I just can't lose.
Is it your argument that essentially all music is derivative? People take things from previous music that they have loved?
And pop songs have a lot of the same stuff going on. And sooner or later, an idea, in this case, a 4-note bass line, becomes so well loved, so well used by musicians that it kind of enters the category of commonplace elements. It appears in so many songs that it's really no one person's property. It just becomes part of the vocabulary that songwriters use.
Professor Joe Bennett, it's been fascinating to talk to you. Thanks very much for talking to us today.
Thank you.
We're back tomorrow at 5:15. Until then, that's Channel 4 News. Good evening.